Hello friends, hope you are safe and sound during this time. Let me tell you an incident which happened few years back in Bangladesh. Servers in one of the big banks in Bangladesh got hacked and hackers used a unique approach of inserting a malware in the printers residing inside the bank and they penetrated the data center. This poses a question on how secure your IoT infrastructure like printers, access control devices and IP phones inside your campus and how we can mitigate these type of attacks. Welcome to All on Tech. This is Nityanand here and today we will see how network admission control solution based on Identity Services Engine can give protection against the threats. Traditionally, organizations were using access control lists to secure the network, but these are based only on IP addresses. This approach does not give us visibility beyond the IP address. That means if we have to put a policy to restrict employees accessing a particular application from a specific device or from a specific location, this is not possible using this access control list. Also, over the period of time, the access control list starts growing and it becomes difficult to manage the network using just the access control list. What if we can provide granular access to the users based on various factors like which device they are using or a type of connectivity like wired or wireless? If you have hundreds of network devices in the network, then it becomes really difficult to manage the access of individual switches, routers and firewalls, and also providing role-based access control becomes a challenge. What if we can have a solution to provide granular access to the network team to manage those devices? Endpoints based on Windows, Mac or Linux operating system need to be patched on a regular basis to protect against the vulnerabilities. The antivirus on these endpoints need to be updated to provide protection against the new age threats. The organizations need a mechanism which will help them identify those endpoints which are not properly updated with operating system and antivirus patches, so those endpoints do not become a threat to the organization. Many organizations allow employees to bring their own device to work. In such a scenario, a solution will be required to identify a company provided device and a personal endpoint to provide restricted access on the personal endpoints when it enters the campus network. Organizations allow guest users to access the internet from their network. In such a scenario, guest users should not be allowed to access internal applications and they should only access the internet. There should be a solution which provides seamless access to the guest users with the right set of policies. Here comes Cisco Identity Services Engine or ISE, which provides authentication, authorization and accounting functionality with network admission control. Let's look at them one by one. When employees connect to the wired or wireless network, they will need to first authenticate using their username and password, and ISE can integrate with LDAP or Active Directory to authenticate these users. Those users can be provided granular access with the help of AAA, which is authentication, authorization and accounting. Users can get assigned to a specific VLAN whenever they log in to the network, irrespective of their location in the network, with the help of dynamic VLAN assignment functionality. Organizations can allow guest user access in their campus wireless by configuring the appropriate policy using ISE. Guest users can do self-registration on the guest portal. The sponsor will receive alert of the guest user request and can approve the same. Organizations can provide intent-based network access across wired, wireless and VPN. Intent-based access can provide granular control on which users have access to which applications. ISE can help you in monitoring the assets on the network and locate them as well. This can help in identifying the location of wireless users across your network. ISE can also be used to enforce access based on the location of that particular device. Organizations can plan the access to few critical applications only from wireless access points on a specific floor as well. If organizations would like to introduce BYOD or bring your own device concept within their campus network, they can seamlessly roll out the same across all the campuses, as ISE can identify the type of device as well as the user who is logging into that device. This helps in granular access control, wherein a specific user will have access to business critical applications from a company provided laptop, but at the same time, if he tries to access these applications from his smartphone or tablet, then the access will be denied. Organizations can roll out device administration policies for their network infrastructure using TACACS protocol. ISE can assign role-based access within the network team in such a way that few administrators will have read-only access and few will have read-write access. If the ISE needs integration with third-party solution to exchange the context, then you can integrate using the PX grid functionality as well. ISE can also provide software-defined segmentation, which can help in grouping the users based on their Active Directory or LDAP attributes and IoT devices based on their characteristics. This way, printers can be grouped in one group and biometric devices can be in another group, and you can restrict the access of these devices only to certain resources within the network. ISE can also act as a threat-centric NAC or an enforcer, wherein it can get integrated with other Cisco security solutions like Cisco Secure Endpoint, and in case the endpoint gets infected with malware, security teams can take action to isolate those endpoints as well. ISE can discover devices using Nmap, which can help in granular control over the devices as well in the network. Just to summarize, ISE can be used for identity profiling and apply policies based on multiple attributes like who is accessing the network, what device that user is using to access the network, when that user is allowed to access the network, from which floor inside a building that user is accessing the network, is it using wired or wireless technology to access the network, which applications that user can access the on the network, which hardware that user can use to access the different type of applications. ISE can also be used for device profiling and posture assessment as well. Hope you found this video useful. I have kept resources in the description box which you can use for a deep dive. Do share the video and hit subscribe button to get more such videos. Thank you.